Hi, I'm Veronica. I'm here today to promote a content creative way of learning Chinese. Chinese is to be written and read. To be very frank with you, I think only is the majority of Eastern language are, me, are meant to be read and written, not to be spoken. Because except Japanese, because it's a complicated system. Being that include the phonetics and the symbolism of uh, in the linguistic system, but the symbolic language, especially Chinese, is to be appreciated through its visual aesthetic rather than codified and decipher phonetically. So I deliberately avoid teaching the pronunciation of the five characters I'm going to introduce you today. For example, this first character means train, but no, it means vehicle. It's an indicator of vehicle, and how it developed is like in the early days. Uh, when in ancient times when people build a vehicle, they kind of saw the wheel, so they kind of just use the wheel to draw the wheel to actually try to tell the word vehicle. So later on they kind of simplify the word vehicle. It just the two wheels just get simplified into one wheel. So this word be just represent the concept of a vehicle in general. For example, okay, how to ride vehicle, maybe we just doing that. Okay, 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 I use a hand. This is how we ride the word vehicle. Yeah, if you have a pen and the paper, just write it as the way I do right now. Okay, so that's how we write the word vehicle. Anyway, I doing this for my friend Nikki because she's studying Japanese, but I tell her actually to study Chinese actually. Yeah, so because lots of the Japanese words coming from Chinese, and the second word I'm going to introduce you is the word is called nest. The nest is originally just a symbol that stands for a bird's nest settled among the tree branches. You see, that's the nest among the three branches. So the three, so this is just they just draw a picture that look like a tree branches, and there is a nest within it. So among tree branches, and later is extended as an indicator for the habitat for all creatures on Earth. So as to how we write this, so let's demonstrate here how we can write uh, the word nest. Okay, so you have to draw the tree branch, and you have to draw the nest in between and the bottom of the tree. So that is the word nest in Chinese. And also that also indicate anyway, just for example, uh, snake's nest and anything that all creature living is called nest. But for humans, we have a different word. So this is called nest. This is the word nest. You have to draw the tree branches and the and the nest in between, and so you just consider every Chinese character, every word is just a symbol. So it just kind of helps you to learn it from an somehow comparatively artistic viewpoint. So that is the word nest and how it developed. So now I just going to discuss the connection of Japanese culture and the Chinese culture, and how Japanese culture just change something Chinese into their own. For example, for people who just who have taken an interest in Japan, they must notice that Japan has some kind of stuff like a car-shaped windstocks. So it's like and also this kind of a tradition also it, has been passed on to places like Taiwan, for example, in Keelung. So it's like we use car-shaped windsocks to actually in numbers of occasion. And but in Japan, it has a particular meaning, means Children's Day. May 5th is Children's Day in Japan. And hanging a car-shaped windsocks, they usually call this stuff called car steamers. This tradition is related to Chinese, the Chinese word. This is the Chinese word word, and this word means holding. And what does the word? I try avoiding pronunciation. I just tell you how it's developed, because I want people to start obsessing over pronunciation, the phoneticism, and then you try to think about it as a picture. You memorize the picture, you memorize the symbol, okay? This word is an illustration of someone using his hand to hold a fish in order to make assessment of its weight. So you see, he holds a fish, and he tried to make an assessment of the fish's weight. And later, this character extended into a blessing term, meaning may all your wishes come true. Japan has adopted the concept of this word for their Winsaka tradition for Children's Day, which is a ritual to pray for the birth of a male offspring. Yeah, Children's Day, so it's kind of very paternalistic, because it's like in Chinese culture, in ancient Chinese culture, in Japanese culture, male offspring is kind of more treasured than female ones, unfortunately. But I just tell you how the culture counts, right? So how to write the word? How to write this word? So we just how to write this word. For example, okay, maybe we just look at the picture. The picture originally is a hand over there, so it's a fish over there, and then the hand move beside, and then they try to just maybe turn the vertical form into a horizontal form, and they try to simplify it to make it into a symbol, a word that you can use. Okay, so now we're just doing the writing. Okay, you just write. You imagine you're just drawing a hand, and the head of the fish, and then the fish is bottom. So it's a word means like also means that all your wish come true, but also it also means the word evaluation. Yeah, evaluation. For example, like assess, measuring weights or stuff. Also use these words. So you just it's kind of a little bit difficult. You have to be. You have to use your imagination, your aesthetic imagination in order to internalize this word, to be able to just write it and own it. Okay. So finally, just maybe we just you and another word called this word means taking a ride. This word just you see this word, right? We try to forget the pronunciation. Okay, in the original, this word is about someone standing on the tree, so the tree will be broken by the by by the person who's standing on the tree. So the word comes from the image of someone standing upon the tree, which is likely to be crumbled by the person's overpowering weight. In other words, the person who stands upon the top of the tree is a bully. So that's a Chinese image of a Chinese imagination about how a bully is like in the ancient time, who is determined to do his damages against the tree. So the word also means right, such as riding a horse, a car, and any object, human or even or animal or even humans that you can easily overpower. So something you can overpower, then you usually use this word. You have to use your imagination. It's like someone standing on a tree, and you have to, and then and then the trees should start to have more leaves, and then you have to just doing that. So maybe let's do some practice over this word. How about that? Okay, just you have to just draw a sketch like a person and standing on a tree, and then is a tree branches, and it's a bottom of a tree, and the tree is about to be crumbled. So you have to use your imagination. So this is more difficult to remember. Okay, so you see, now we just and the last one, the pronunciation is also very similar, but I avoid pronunciation. I want people to use their imagination. You are more artistic and more imaginative than you know. So you just got to be inspired, okay? So this word means using it to both hands to hold someone. That means this character illustrates a pair of hands that's sustaining a person in higher power, and it is an indication of taking pressure from others as well as responsibility. You have to sustain something that you hold in high esteem. That is the concept of this word, which is the opposite of This is bullying something and taking a ride of something. This is holding something up. So you have to be imaginative. There's a ham and a person on top. And you usually use this word that like to describe something you respect, something you idealize, something you wish, something you hold sacred. For example, like a responsibility, idealism, or stuff. Yeah, or family value, sustaining a family, support a family, support someone. That's something in high value. So you on the opposite, you are not riding on someone to make it crumble. You try to holding it up. Okay, so you have to be more imaginative. For example, maybe we just write this word. Okay, so you have to just using your imagination. Someone is there and raise a hand, and the two pairs of a hand holding a person. So that's how how it's get written. So you have to being more try to use your aesthetics, your interior aesthetics and your imagination to internalize this word and make practice, and try to consider that as a simple a form of art. Just stop being obsessed with the pronunciation, because there's a sense of universality in the Eastern language. So we also just clan into some form, and actually a great many part of the East Asia culture comes from China. So if you learn Chinese, then you actually can function in many other words. For example, I don't know how to uh, I don't know any Japanese, but I can take metro in Tokyo, and I can read some street side because I am a native traditional Chinese speaker, the reader. So I cannot know about that. And many Japanese words come from, and the culture comes from Chinese word. For example, the car shaped wind socks is actually coming from this word. This word means evaluation, and may your or your blessing come true, and you have to just maybe you just try to imagine yourself to be an artist learning all this symbol, and the someday you're gonna embody all this symbol and try to be more creative. Okay. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say, and I wish to say good luck to my friend Nikki in her attempt to learn Eastern language. Okay, thank you for listening and watching.